I've seen far too many videos out there horribly overcomplicating the very simple process of completing a 90-day report in Thailand, so I've decided to take it upon myself and make a direct, straight to the point video outlining everything you need to know to be in and out of there as soon as possible with no problems. Let's get right into it. There are three major ways you can do a 90-day report. The first way is in person, which we're going to be detailing in this video. That is the most common way. And when you report in person, you can go up to 15 days before and up to 7 days after your 90-day due date. The second method you can do is a mail-in, where you mail in all your documents, they review it, and they let you know if you're good or not. And the third method you can use is actually an online 90-day report. You can only do your 90-day report online if you have completed a 90-day report before and you have not left the country in between. As soon as you leave the country, your first 90-day report is then going to have to be in person again. All 90-day reports in Bangkok are processed through Immigration Division 1. There are many ways to get there. There is parking on site. You can get there through the BTS, but the absolute easiest way is just to get a grab pickup straight from your condo to immigration, and they will drop you right outside the door in front of the immigration officers. Once you get out of your grab car, you're going to be in front of Building B, Door 2. Head on through the door. You're going to give the security at the front your ID. They're going to scan you in. You go through a quick security checkpoint, and then as soon as you walk through that, you are going to be right in front of the standard immigration office. But the 90-day report system is slightly different now, and it is actually quicker and easier. It used to be that everybody had to go through that immigration office for anything to do with visas, 90-day reports, visa renewals, applying for visas, whatever it is. So we used to have to queue up with hundreds of other people. That is no longer the case. The old strategy used to be to arrive 2 to 3 hours early before the office opens, go grab your queue number, stand around for hours, wait for things, go inside the office, get another queue number, and then wait for your number to be called so you can do your 90-day report. I know that's a bit of a headache, and thankfully we no longer have to deal with that. Here is the new system. We are actually going to ignore that first immigration office completely. We don't need to touch it. We're going to take the escalator on the right-hand side up to the 3rd floor, and the dedicated 90-day report office is going to be the first on your right. Very important with this 90-day report office. They do not hand out queue numbers until 7:45 a.m. So if you're going to turn up hours early, you're going to have to stand there for hours to avoid using your line in the queue. I turned up at 7:30 a.m. and I got queue number 54. Once you have your initial queue number, that is the only queue number you need, and that means in my case, I was served as number 54. If you arrive after the office opens at 8:30, you can head right inside. The ticket counter is right inside the door, and if you're just doing a 90-day report, get your queue number from counter A. And because we can't get our ticket by turning up at 6:30 a.m., the time of arrival doesn't really matter anymore. They have 6 counters inside dedicated to 90-day reports, and it only takes about 3 minutes to get each person through a counter. The gentleman who arrived at about 9:15 and sat next to me, he got queue number 200. So even he would have been out of there in about 1.5 hours tops. But if you really want to optimize it, I recommend arriving between 7:30 and 9 a.m. Immigration takes a break from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So when you arrive, make it either in the morning or in the afternoon. If you arrive around 11 a.m., they're probably not going to be able to get you through before they close for lunch. So you're going to have to wait for another hour before you can actually get served. Once you have your queue ticket, you can actually leave the office and go wherever you want. The queue tickets have a QR code on them that you can scan to see your place in the queue. So as long as you get back to that office before your number is called, you can go anywhere and you will not lose your place in the queue. There are plenty of shops, cafes, and everything to explore on the bottom floor of this whole building, so go crazy. You can have a lot of fun while you wait. Documents for 90-day reporting. This is where I see people make it horribly complicated when it really isn't. If you do not have any special considerations, there are only 3 things you actually need for a 90-day report. First one is your passport. The second one is the 90-day report form, which is referred to as a TM47. You can either print this online, I will link it in the description for you, or you can get a free copy from the immigration office. They just hand them out to you ready to go. And the third and final thing you need is your queue ticket number. That is all you need. Everything else is uploaded digitally. You do not have to bring endless copies of all these other things. But if you are someone who gets a bit worried about going to government offices, doing visas, etc., here is the extensive list of everything you can bring so you can cover all your bases and you don't have to worry about it. So we're going to bring our normal 3, passport, TM47, Q ticket, and then we're going to start bringing some photocopies. So we're going to bring a photocopy of our passport page, a photocopy of our latest visa entry stamp in the passport, and also a photocopy of your visa page in your passport. Or if you have an e-visa, just print out a copy of your e-visa and bring that along with you. You can also bring a printed copy of your TM30 from your landlord. The TM30 is just a notification that the landlord has to file with the government to notify them of a foreigner staying in their residence. And the final thing you can also bring is your previous 90-day report slip. However, you only have to do this if you have 90-day reported before and haven't left the country. And if that's the case, you're just going to do it online, so you don't need to worry about that. In terms of actually filling out the TM47 form, again, super simple. I'll chuck it up on the screen now and walk you through how to fill it out so there is no issues on the end of immigration. At the top, you're going to see written at. In our case, we're just going to write Immigration Division 1. We're going to put the date, the month, and the year of when we're filing it, so today. Then we're going to put our full name in block letters, nationality, whether we are a tourist or a non-immigrant. Majority of us, it's just going to be tourist. The day you entered Thailand, the way you entered Thailand. So in my case, it was just the date of my flight, and I just wrote plane. Your passport number. Arrival cards are no longer used in Thailand, so we can just leave that one blank unless you've been issued one for whatever reason. And then you're going to write in your complete address. Just make sure you include your room number in here as well. Don't just write the building you're staying in. Once that's done, you're just going to sign it down the bottom, and everything below that is for the immigration officer to fill out so we don't have to touch it. And then they're going to give you a receipt which you can take with you once this has been filed with them successfully. Final quick tips for you to make this as easy and as painless as possible. Make sure your landlord has already filed a TM30. Not everyone's on top of this, so it just doesn't hurt to ask. I asked and they hadn't. They filed it same day. Lucky I checked though, I saved myself with that one. Keep your receipts. Any receipts that they give you after filing your 90-day report, file them away, keep them somewhere. It's useful for you and it's useful for the immigration officer. Because there is no reminder of when your 90-day report date is actually coming up, you need to keep track of that yourself to ensure you do not miss the deadline. Last little tip for you here, if you are leaving the country shortly after your 90-day report date, don't even worry about doing it. It's not something that gets checked at the airport on your way out. So long as your visa is still valid and current, you will not have an issue with that. For me, when I was going to take a Bali trip, it was going to be day 100. So it would have gone 10 days past. I didn't worry about it. I just left the country and there was no problem there whatsoever. If you had any more questions about 90-day reporting at all, drop them in the comments. I will respond to them ASAP. It's a very simple process. Just follow these steps. You've got absolutely nothing to be worried about. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Woo!